Hi, I'm Jeff Brown, the creator of Sophistry, the game of half-truths, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use play-by-play screens. The purpose of play-by-play screens is that they allow you to have a game of sophistry and to broadcast events from that game onto a large screen or a projector. So you can imagine if you're in some kind of a situation like a conference or a training workshop or a classroom where you have access to a projector or a screen, the play-by-play screen feature allows you to broadcast or show a game, show what's happening in that game up on the big screen or the projector. So the way you create a screen is you go to the resources page. So let's imagine that this web browser that I have on the left here, this is a computer that is connected to a large projector screen, and these two browsers on the right, we're going to imagine that these are two people who are going to play sophistry on their phone. So the first thing is we're going to set up our screen by going to here, the play-by-play option on the resources page. Click on this. I'm going to give it a screen name. We'll call it demo. Actually, let's call it demo screen. Let's call it like that. I'm going to give it a password, ABCD, and launch. So you can imagine this being a big TV screen in the room, and now that we've launched it, it's in a waiting state for somebody to connect to it. So over here, we're going to start a game. Multiplayer, yeah, this is good. Start. And somebody's going to join this game. This is a multiplayer game. Let's call it Susan again. Yeah, the game is demo ABCD. So now we have a game of sophistry that's ready to go, but I want to connect it to this big screen in the room. So as the game creator over here, I go into the settings tab, and as you can see, I have a few different options, one of which is connect to a play-by-play screen. So I have my screen name here, demo screen, password ABCD, and then when I connect to it, you can see that now my game that's happening over here between Jeff and Susan is actually showing up on this big screen that everyone can see. So let's click Start Game. And we're now in the intro, and up on the screen, people are only able to see what are the 4 fallacies in this game. So let's imagine we've gone through all our cards, we're ready to play. Oh, there's a bit of a delay when it has the screen. And so just like normal, here on the right you can see 2 players playing the game, but on the screen you have this, call it this playing field where you actually see the player icons, you see their scores, and watch what happens when the players play. So I'm going to play my quote, and it actually pops up on the screen so everyone can see what quote I played, and then when a player plays a card, it pops up hidden, and once all of the players have answered, it flips over and it shows you what they answered, and then it gives you the results and the explanation. So as you can see on the right here, this is just a normal sophistry multiplayer, but as that's going on, the screen is broadcasting the score and the action. And I'll just play through this really quickly so that you can see how it all works. And once this game is over, I'll show you the difference between a play-by-play screen for a multiplayer game versus an arena game, because they're completely different and they serve different purposes. When you're playing in multiplayer like this, it's really just so that if you're in a room full of people, everyone can see what's happening in the game. It's almost like making it a spectator sport where you're watching, you're just watching the action of these two players that are playing against each other. And that's it, we're done. So at the end, it's going to give, you're going to see on the screen, it's giving the explanation of the last turn's results, and it should be on a timer, I think, to show the scoreboard afterwards, and then eventually disconnect the screen. Okay, yeah, there we go. So it gives you a kind of a leaderboard where it shows you who won, what the scores were, and it's going to show that for a minute, and once it times out, you're going to see that the screen is going to go back into a waiting state, and then once it does that, I'm going to show you what the screen does when you're playing in arena mode. I think it's going to sit there for about 30 seconds or something. So while I'm waiting for this, I'm going to explain, oh, there we go, good. Okay, so I'll show you how the screen looks in arena mode. Like I said, it's a completely different purpose when you're playing in arena mode. So let's start an arena game. Over here, arena. Demo, yeah. Now remember, when you're playing in arena mode, the person who creates the game is not actually playing. This person here is a facilitator who is like the MC, leading the other people who are playing the game. So just like before, we start a game. And I'm going to connect to the screen, demo screen, ABCD, connect. And as you can see, now my game is up on the screen, everyone can see it. And now what we need is the arena teams to join the game. So let's imagine there's a player over here. This person is going to join. Game name demo ABCD, join. We still need another player, so I'm going to open up another web browser here. You can imagine this is another person playing on their phone. Join the game, let's say John, demo ABCD, he joins. And now that we have two players, the leader or facilitator has the option to start a game, and you can see them up on the screen here. Everybody in the room can see this. But what happens when you start, okay, we'll say ready to play, is that the quotes actually get broadcast on the screen. So when you're playing in arena mode, it's really handy if you can have this play-by-play screen, because this way everyone in the room can see what quote is being played. Remember that people are playing in teams, but there's only one person in the team who actually has their phone or device and who can see the quote and who can answer. So this allows everyone to see the quote at the same time, and they can also see the countdown timer, so they get a sense of how much time they have left to answer. And it just gives a lot more excitement in the room, because everybody feels like they're more in on the game, and of course having the countdown timer adds a lot of pressure, and it just makes the game more fun. So let's go, these are our two players over here playing, so let's just, to demonstrate the game, we'll just answer really quickly. Of course, the explanation and the round results go up on the big screen. Once you've explained that, click ready to play, and it gives you another round. As you can see, the quotes pop up on the screen and the players' devices all at the same time. Same as before, there were 3 practice rounds. Now we're playing for real. So again, this is just like a normal arena game, except that you have a screen in the room where the quotes and the results are getting broadcast, so that everybody who's playing can be in on the game and can see what's happening. And then once the game is over, you get your round 3 results. And just like when you're playing in multiplayer, it's going to display these for a minute, and then it's going to show the scoreboard afterwards. And then, oh, nobody got any points. Okay, well, it would show the winner if there was one. And after about 30 seconds, these results disappear and the screen goes back to a waiting state, which is fun because then anyone who's in the room can connect to that screen and play a game on it. So for multiplayer, so when you're playing in multiplayer, the screen is just a way to make that game almost like a spectator sport where everybody in the room can see the action. And when you're playing in arena mode, the screen is a way to show everyone the quotes that are being played, not just the team leaders. And it just helps to raise the excitement in the room and get everybody into the game.